So we thought it would be fun to have a mandate and go to the movie theater and maybe do a couple movie reviews.
Might do some up and coming stuff, some stuff that's already out. Speaking of stuff that's already out, we did go see Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
Oh, Cocaine Bear was lame. Bear. It was cheesy.
Why don't you start us off?
What? It was lame, cheesy, and I loved it.
Okay. From that stellar review, we go to the people that actually saw it. No. Did you see it?
Yes.
Did you saw it? Okay.
Yeah, we all seen it together.
That's right. Yeah, I was asleep. No, it was it was all right. It was actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
it was exactly what you thought it was going to be.
No matter how bad it sucked,
no matter how
great.
Yeah, I did manage to stay awake through the whole film.
Yeah, I did.
Now going into it, I was looking at the title thinking, what am I walking into? Is this going to be?
What are we walking into?
Is this going to be a Neil Breen movie or
Neil Breen? Even the lady that took our tickets, that was supposed security at the front door, said people were trying to sneak into the movie.
Yeah,
maybe she was telling them that people were trying to sneak out of the movie. I don't know.
They were saying that
it wasn't that bad. It was entertaining, but yes, it was exactly what you thought it was going to be.
And in fact, they were saying if this movie does well, they're going to make another movie similar to it called Meth Alligator or something. Meth Gator.
That's waiting in the wings for you, folks.
Oh,
you've made Cocaine Bear a household name, so Meth Gator is waiting in the wings.
We are just digging in deeper.
Yeah. Like I said, no matter how much it sucked, it was great.
But the movie itself,
but it was still better than The Last Jedi.
Yes, it was. It was better than.
Cocaine Bear was better.
And in fact, I'll be so brave as to say it was better than the last 7, 8, and 9 of that Star Wars series.
Wow, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. Oh, speaking of heavy,
that step.
Oh, by the way, they did say that Cocaine Bear was a real true story, which was
based on a true story.
Based loosely on a true story.
I'm sure very loose.
Very loose. I'm sure it was to the point to where
I think looser than Dr. Keebler-Joy here, right there.
Keebler-Joy? Did you call it
Dr. Keebler-Joy?
Dr. Keebler-Joy.
You never know.
Looser than him.
You, sir, are the slayer of cookies. Keebler-Joy. Get these damn elves out of my tree. No, there's another blockbuster that's brewing right now, and I am super excited to come see it. Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't know how to feel about that one.
I saw the first attempt that they tried to do some years ago, and it was okay. They were on the right track. I don't think that they had quite what they needed to make it the success. But this one is scoring top notches across the board from Rotten Tomatoes and all the other critics that have had a chance to see it.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
As am I.
What are your thoughts on?
I enjoy those kind of movies. I got to say, I'm not feeling it just yet, though.
I played Dungeons and Dragons when I was younger, very poorly, and didn't get into it. But I was always still fascinated by it. So I remember the cartoon when I was a kid. So the movie is something that they should have already made.
Well, they made one back in the 90s
nowadays,
I believe.
In the 90s?
In the 90s.
Okay. Well, now the technology is in such a way that it'll probably be a pretty good movie.
It's scoring really high with the all of the critics that have seen it and panned it. But again, I like Chris Pine. I thought he was really good in Star Trek. The rest of the cast looks like it could be a great film or it could be a bomb. I'm excited for it though. I'll be the first in line to get tickets. Any of you guys going to go see it with me?
Well, yeah, we'll have to go see it. We're going to review on it.
Yeah.
We're all going to go see it.
We're all going to go see it.
We're all going to go.
We'll have to give Lord Sixx some energy drinks, probably.
Dr. Killjoy's going to buy popcorn. Shh.
Most likely.
Most likely. Yes.
Put extra butter on it.
And Skittles before they become illegal.
Skittles.
No, I'm not in this. What?
They're trying to make Skittles illegal in California.
Why?
And Pez. Those Pez things? I have Kiss Pez
Disclaimer: we are based out of California, so
Yeah, we
Yes.
are in California.
So pray for us.
No, they're trying to outlaw Skittles, Pez, Sour Patch Kids, which I see our producer has right now. Yeah, they're trying to outlaw them.
We here at Rock Talk are not sponsored by any of the
Ooh,
aforementioned
hey.
products.
Here's something that we can talk
But
about.
we are open.
we have a
Just-
few things talked about still.
Okay, one is TikTok. They're trying to ban it.
Abandon.
Abandon it.
Put a band together
they're
called
trying-
TikTok?
No, they're trying to ban
Oh,
TikTok.
band.
Yeah,
I heard a D in there, so band.
Yeah, but that's not really media or entertainment. That's kind of out of our zone.
Okay.
TikTok.
Yeah, they've tried it before. They didn't get it. So
We still have
That's
a couple other things going on.
yeah.
Go ahead.
See, we got late night talk shows.
Late night talk shows.
Their
we-
ratings are not very impressive.
Yeah.
During the week of June 16th or January 16th, ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live ranked as the number one talk show amongst adults 18 to 49 with a whopping 307,000 viewers. 307,000 viewers. That's a commercial.
Yeah.
That's less than the population of this city that we live in.
Yeah, that's
And that's beating out late night Jimmy Fallon with a 21% at 253,000 on CBS.
And how much did back in the day did Carson and Letterman?
Letterman viewership average was about 3 million back in 2013.
Yeah.
And Johnny Carson was toward the end, I think that last weekend,
Yeah.
pulling about 19 million viewers. So apparently, Jimmy, Johnny Fallon, Stephen Colbert, maybe you might want to think about retirement because it seems like you guys are getting pretty dark over there.
Yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
watching. Like I said, I mean, there are concert venues on this earth that have more people.
Yeah, let's be real. Jimmy Kimmel has never really been funny.
no, he hasn't.
He started out with Adam Carolla on Love
Yes,
Line.
on the man.
And
the
back
man
then, that was funny.
Man show, very
Well,
funny.
as part of a team, he was funny, but standalone, he's not.
He can't do it. He's just he's just
The best thing
dry.
about the man show, though, was women on trampolines.
Well, yeah, the whole concept of the show was geared towards
Right.
dudes. You
Yeah.
know, all the
And
dudes
it
fantasy.
was funny. It was funny.
But his platform now has taken a turn, and we're not going to discuss that here on Rock Talk. Everybody's got their own
Yeah, we
opinions.
got our own
but
theories on why
the
that is.
ratings themselves speak volumes, as opposed to what his predecessor, David Letterman, who was truly funny and had an interesting show, provided at that time.
As opposed to the millions of viewers that watch us here on Rock Talk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're up and comers.
Oh boy, we are. we're like on the fast track. I mean, and then it's yeah.
You will watch us whether you want to or not.
Speaking of viewership,
I sense
thank
another
you for
edible
that.
moment.
Speaking of viewership, those of you that are Star Wars fans has to know, all three of us are Star Wars fans, some more than others. The Mandalorian, I was really hot for when it first came out. It had great potential, but now season 3 has been seen by just under 1.5 million views, which is disappointing very much to Disney, but 28% lower than Obi-Wan, and that was a terrible show,
Was it?
and
I disagree with
25% than The Mandalorian season 2.
Obi-Wan?
I liked Obi-Wan. I thought.
Did it have the same actors that was in the movie?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
And
Boba Fett was a terrible show. Obi-Wan started out okay, in my opinion. So,
what would your opinion be?
my opinion on Boba Fett is that he should never have taken off his mask. Just like with
for
Kylo,
starters.
No,
just
are
like
you
with Kylo
serious?
Ren, should never have taken off his mask.
Right.
He shouldn't have been revealed as some overweight, slow
What was amazing?
guy that
Yeah.
just is not Boba Fett.
What was amazing about Bubba Fett is he grew so popular, and yet he only had like 30 seconds airtime.
Yeah, and apparently he
Yeah.
was trained by sand people. So
Apparently he was, and they know sign language.
yeah, yeah, they just destroyed that. Much like everything else Disney's been touching as of late,
Yeah,
they've just destroyed it.
they did, and the Mandalorian season 3's premiere kind of shows that the direction of the audience, the mainstream audience that the show caters to, is tuning out little by little.
Have you had a chance to view it or sample it?
I have not. I've wanted to, but every time I get the feeling that I'm going to push play and watch it, something else comes up.
I want to say they're on episode 3. They're getting ready to come out with episode 4 now, and I've watched all 3, and I gotta say I'm still a Mandalorian fan. I like how they portray the Mandalorian. I like the actor that plays him. I think it's time to say goodbye to Grogu. I think he's played his part.
His character arc is done.
Yeah, I think his arc is done, and it's time to write him in a different direction. I'm not sure exactly where they're going now with this new.
I heard the episode 1 from season 3 was the most disappointing so far.
Oh no, this last one I'd say was probably most disappointing.
But a series that is not disappointing is The Last of Us. If you've gotten a chance to check that one out.
I've been meaning to. It's the same actor.
Yeah, it's the same guy that plays the Mandalorian.
He's really, everything I've seen that guy do, he sold me. He's
Ever since what?
Game of Thrones.
The gold standard to which all shows should be compared to.
Yeah, everything he's done has been, I think, is impressive. He's very good at what he does, and I think he deserves more recognition.
To me, the movies of Game of Thrones, that's what you mentioned, is like porn with a plot.
Porn with a plot.
And which series you on?
What Ron Jeremy movie is that you were referring to?
No, I mean, which season 1, season 2?
Season 1 and 2.
Oh, so that's the only 2 you've seen?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got a long way to go over that.
Oh, okay. I've seen season 1 and 2. So
Yeah,
that's what it was like on them.
yeah, but the actor that I'm referring to is Pedro Pascal. He's been in there was a series he did with Drug Runners, where he played a DA agent.
Oh yeah, that was the. He was in Mexico, not in Mexico, Colombia.
Yeah, Colombia, and that was a true story.
That was
And he nailed it.
Yeah, he was very good in that one.
He was really good.
But, yeah, I'm glad to see that this man has been picking and choosing his roles pretty carefully, and we look forward to
Seeing more from him.
Outside of Star Wars too. The Last of Us is a very good series. It's like with any series, it has its dry points because it is a series, but it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't done so.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I've been horrible. Just haven't found the time to see it, but I've been meaning to. That first episode is an hour and 20 minutes?
Something along those lines, yeah.
Holy crap, it's a long one. So it's something I have to find time to sit down and dedicate to.
Yep. And another thing coming up that we want to find time and dedicate to is the new Evil Dead movie that is coming up on the horizon.
I want to see that, definitely.
And we are fans of the original Evil Dead movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm stoked about that. I haven't been to the movies in a very long time, just since we saw Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
That was the first one we saw in a long time. But this looks like promise, you know?
Right.
Okay, and you said the actor from Jurassic Park, you had something on him.
Yes. Ending on not so much as a down, well, kind of as a downer, but Sam Neill, Dr. Grant, the character on Jurassic Park, has been diagnosed with a stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. He just revealed that he's had it for a little while, so he's in treatment right now, but he's going to be in treatment for the rest of his life, according to the article.
That's
yeah, it's very sad. I truly hope he sticks around with us among the living for a while to come, because Jurassic Park 27 needs to be made, and
We need to hear the whole story.
we need to hear. Yeah, but we would like to keep up on his on his progression. Cancer is never a good thing.
No.
No, and that is unfortunate. It's very sad to hear that. He was a good actor as well. I mean, he was.
Yeah, he still is. He's still walking around. They showed pictures of him recently, and he still looks the
Still in
same.
there.
He hasn't.
How's Val Kilmer doing? He was.
Oh man, Val Kilmer.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, he's not doing good. I believe.
No.
Yeah, he just went and did He did that Top Gun.
Did the Top Gun.
Everybody was concerned about him. They didn't think he was going to have a speaking role. And everybody, when he did say or speak in the movie, I know when I was in the theater, everybody just cheered. He was very, very good for him.
Was that his real lines? Did he say his real lines, or did he?
It sounded like
it. Is it enhanced?
It sounded like it was his real voice. But yeah, he looked.
Kudos really to that guy for sticking it out too.
He was in one of the most beloved characters that I'm concerned. That was Doc Holliday on Tombstone.
And honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't know how Tom Cruise did not get Actor of the Year, and they gave it to Brendan Fraser for
Brendan Fraser,
The Whale. I heard it was.
I haven't seen The Whale.
I heard it was.
I wanted
good,
to see it,
but Tom Cruise in Maverick, that man still looks amazing for his age. He just sold the role.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how he didn't get Actor of the Year for that.
But he wasn't at the was it the Grammys?
Yeah.
Was it the Grammys? He wasn't there.
Was the Grammys or the Oscars?
I think it was the Oscars.
The Oscars.
But the Oscars, he wasn't there. And he I think that he is constantly making movies for the sake of making movies, because he's always on set.
Yeah.
You know? One of these days he's going to show up to the wrong movie that he's making. He's going to be dressed as Maverick, for Mission Impossible or something,
Yeah, but for right now, he's still selling the role, and we got Harrison Ford's coming back with
the new Indiana Jones
and a Yellowstone.
Yellowstone?
A Yellowstone prequel, like 1930 something.
Oh yeah, that's true. Kevin Costner was taken off of Yellowstone, and he was replaced by, drum roll please, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, get out of here!
No, serious.
Kevin Costner was so good in that
show. He was great in that show, but something went awry behind the scenes.
I know people who followed that show,
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
There goes that show.
There goes that show.
Bad move.
Yeah.
Bad move, yeah.
But
that show was Kevin Costner. He was.
Yeah, certainly.
That one's going downhill now.
Never know. It depends on what capacity they put him in.
Yeah.
If he's trying to be a replacement for Kevin Costner, I think it's going to hurt the show. But if he's the same kind of immovable object, just in a different line, I think as long as they write him okay, I think he'll do.
But is he supposed to be the same character?
That's what I just don't know.
His brother?
I hope not.
I don't know if they replaced him
with some cheesy like that.
Yeah, I hope they didn't make it the same person, because you can't take one actor and then change him out. I know, and they blew it every single time, because you can't. People get used to a certain actor as a certain person, and then when somebody else comes in, it just doesn't fill the role.
Right. Boba Fett, perfect example. Boba Fett was somebody else before they made him Puerto Rican.
They made him Puerto Rican.
They made him Puerto Rican.
So the guy from galaxies far, far away
is Puerto Rican.
He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican.
When he took off his helmet and he said, "I'm Puerto Rican."
He didn't know. He don't tell me he said that.
That's exactly what he said. He took off his helmet and said, "I am Puerto Rican. I am Puerto Rican.
Yeah, right.
Fear me, San people." And that's
fear me, San people. I am Senor Puerto Rican.
Yeah, that's when the San person with the dreadlock came in and said, and then that's when his training began.
That's when his training began. No, but whatever. With any movie, there's always going to be casting choices. But I mean, to replace Jeremy McCulloch with a Puerto Rican actor was just that's not saying anything bad about it. It's just people expected this, and people knew that he was one thing, but when he takes off his mask, he's something else. And it's like, what?
Right.
It didn't make any sense.
Right.
It was just poor casting.
Okay. All right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Speaking of ain't nobody got time for that. We're getting close to the end here.
Yeah,
We've done bored you long enough, I guess.
we are so happy that you guys are sticking around with us through this whole thing.
If you can see this, you're a special person.
You are a very
If you
special
reach
person.
Thank you for coming back. Please tell your friends. Get more people to come in.
Share.
Would like to make the show a little more interactive. Maybe talk with you, the viewer. Answer your questions at some point. We'd like to go live. We're planning on going live so we can interact with you a little bit more.
We have a lot of things on the agenda.
A lot of things.
Hopefully, the entertainment value will entertain you just as it's entertained us.
Oh, yeah. So we have a good time filming it. We hope you have a good time watching it. Remember to like and subscribe for future content.
Yes, like and subscribe. Support the channel a little bit.
Support us, follow us. We're now on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're looking to other platforms to go to. So
perhaps TikTok.
Maybe we'll start live streaming on TikTok once Lord Sixx can figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about all she wrote.
That's it.
Lord Sixx is starting to sing now.
Bye. Farewell.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Lord Sixx.